That's our guy right there. Boy, he
Mm-hmm.
needs a change of scenery. He needs to come somewhere else.
He needs to leave
All
Florida.
right. O- Okay, so let's start off with the Valentine's Day stuff and the dating app stuff. The most
Okay.
lies and most apps. Let's start off with that.
Okay.
And then we'll go into the Timothy second segment. We'll do the Timothy Busfield stuff.
Okay.
And then did you work with James Vanderbilt? Vanderbilt?
I never worked with James. Poor thing.
Okay.
He left
Yeah, you
6
take
kids behind. Isn't
yeah.
that crazy?
Ironically, that's the same age my dad died, 48. Yeah,
Really?
so I can speak a little bit on that. I can speak
I
a little
don't
bit on
have
colon
eggs
cancer.
for
That's
you,
that's
baby.
that's Chad Boseman died of colon cancer as well. Chadwick? Yeah.
Who?
They say Chadwick Boseman,
I don't know
the
who
black
that
actor
is.
from Black Panther. Black Panther.
Oh, okay.
Chadwick who played Jackie Robinson 42.
Oh, Chadwick Boseman. Okay.
Yeah, Boseman. Yeah, he died of colon cancer, and it's one of the number one killers of now people under 50. Well,
Unbelievable.
they not getting enough fiber in their diet.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm,
it's
mm,
terrible.
mm, mm.
Okay, then we'll wrap up with that. Okay, let's talk about some Valentine's. So, are you ready?
I
Yes, do
am.
this. I gotta pick up my son. Sound wonderful.
He's the amazing Dr. Gray. He's Mr. Organized. He can organize your life too. And if rash develops, discontinue use.
This is the world famous Dr. J's pop culture show.
It's me, Patricia Ray. I like that.
That's right. Bringing you all the pop culture news and topics you can stomach. How you doing, Patricia Ray? You look beautiful, and that's not because it's Valentine's Day weekend, I hope. You look beautiful every day.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Well, I knew I was going to be live, and I'm going to a party tonight, and it's Valentine's Day weekend, and I have an art showing tomorrow, and I'm up for
Wow,
a couple of
a lot going
jobs,
on.
so I'm glowing. I got the post
What?
coital
Walmart, Target?
audition
What
glow.
kind of jobs? Oh, okay. The acting gig. Okay. You're still doing that?
Yeah,
I almost sound
still
like a
doing
parent.
that.
You're still doing that. You know, they're hiring at
Still
the
doing
post
that.
office. They're doing wonderful things,
Mm-hmm.
the Walmart executive program.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh,
But at
man.
least
Well,
I
that's
don't need a
great. That's
dating
great
app.
news. No. Oh, God. Well, first of all, apparently the Catholic Church has something to do with Valentine's Day in 496 AD.
What church?
The Catholic Church. This
Oh.
festival was celebrated at the beginning of spring and paid homage to the Roman god of agriculture. That's how it all started. It's too much to get into. They got enough
This is
problems, Catholic
the
Church.
origin of Valentine's Day? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, it's a lot to read. It's all like maybe, so what? But okay, listen. Dating apps. I'm glad you
Yes.
brought that up, Patricia Ray.
Mm-hmm. That's how I roll.
Now, I've never been on a dating app because I'm not a single man currently, but I have done some online dating back in the day.
What's the difference between online dating and a dating app?
Because the dating app's on your cell phone, silly, and online you just went through AOL. That's how old I am.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
This was pre-cell phone.
Oh,
And
gotcha.
this was
Chat rooms.
They're more
You're
sophisticated
talking about
now.
chat rooms.
Yeah, no, you saw a picture. You went online. You saw a picture. It was free. You didn't pay anything back then because very few people would put their face on the internet back then. Right? So it was free.
I know. Now we can't put our face on
I met a girl in Reno.
enough.
Enough, right?
Mhm.
Exactly. And I met a nice girl lived in Reno, Nevada, and we hooked up and we had like 4 good months. Went out there to see her. And
Really? 4 months.
I love-
Wow.
yeah.
That's not where you met your wife.
Flew out
was
there
it,
to see.
though?
Have you ever? No. This was right before my wife, ironically. And have you ever been to Reno?
Yes, I have, because I've
Yeah.
been to Lake Tahoe a couple times, so I've gone over
Yeah,
to
tough
Reno
place to date.
gamble.
Yeah,
Tough place to
place
date.
If you never, yeah, if you've never been to Reno or Las Vegas, I recommend you go to Reno first, so it won't be such a letdown.
Mm.
Well, anyway, so that was my thing. I ain't getting all my stuff. But it was a great 4 months. She was a very sweet person, but she did lie. She did
She
not.
lied?
First of all,
Mm.
the profile picture she showed me was about 5 years younger, and she was about 15 pounds less.
You mean she was thinner and younger in the photo?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
I flew to Reno to find this out.
oh no, really?
No, but she was
Wow.
still cute. She was still cute. It was a shock at first because it wasn't the picture I saw,
Mm-hmm.
but she was
Never
still
is.
cute.
It's
She
never
was
the picture you see.
she wasn't hideous. No, she wasn't hideous at all, but she just didn't look like the picture on the profile.
So you were
And
expecting something.
we had a good time.
Oh yeah. Well,
Sweet
you
girl,
dated
wanted-
for
wanted
4
to get
months,
married.
so apparently you were attracted to her.
Oh yeah, she was sweet. She was amazing, and she just wanted to get married right away and have kids. And
Wow.
Dr. J wasn't ready at the time. I wasn't
Wow.
ready. Was an engineer for a casino out there. Worked on slot machines, and just wasn't
Nice.
ready. I would have had to relocate to go out there and be there with her, and I just couldn't do it. And I broke her heart. But
Unbelievable.
to be fair, I played it straight, Patricia Ray. I didn't lie about a thing. I showed her who I was. I didn't give a profile picture because I didn't put my face on the internet. So I lured her in with my charm and my conversation.
Your typing
intellect.
skills, your chat skills.
Yes.
You flirted.
And then talking over the phone. And when she saw me,
That's
she
right.
said, "Man, you played yourself down. Woo-wee, look at you, baby."
Really?
how it
Oh,
went
so
down.
you were a
So,
happy
yeah.
surprise.
Oh, I was happy surprised with her. She loved Dr. J. I wasn't even Dr. J at the time. So 4 months broke her heart, and hated to do that, but wasn't ready at the time. So that's my experience with dating apps, the online dating. Now, the top online dating app starts with Tinder.
Mm-hmm.
About 49% of single people use that. Plenty of Fish, 38%. Bumble, 29%. Female CEO. Great story. You want to look her up. eHarmony. Now, do you remember eHarmony? That's an old school. That's one of the first ones, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You've been so involved for so long, Patricia.
What was the
you don't even
Match?
know. I'm talking like
Match.com.
foreign to
That's
you,
the
right?
one I used. Match.com. I
Oh.
met some real
you
losers
did?
on that one.
Why are you holding back, Patricia Ray? What was your experience with Match.com?
I met a few really weird guys. I met a guy who was a magician, and he was so odd. We went out like 5 or 6 times, and he never kissed me, not once, not even held my hand. He just kept taking me to magic shows.
So you made him disappear.
Mhm. Exactly.
Yeah,
Then
I
I
mean,
went
it
out
was
with this guy that did dog portraits. He was an artist, but he did dog portraits for a living. And he took me to lunch at this famous little breakfast spot over um, in by the studios over by Gower and Melrose. And he split the bill. We split the bill. But during the lunch conversation, he said to me, he'd love to roll me in paint and press my boobs into a canvas. And that's when I was like, and you're not even going to buy me this bowl of soup, dude? We are never seeing each other
Really?
again.
Absolutely. I was with you until I said, "What's the problem with that?" But yeah, why not buy me dinner
He didn't
first
even
before
buy me
you
lunch.
go that far?
And then another time
And
I
this was
went
in
to
the, yeah.
Another time I had a coffee date at Priscilla's in Studio City, very famous little coffee spot.
Hmm.
And when the guy stood up, he like only came up to my collarbone, and I was like, "You didn't put that in your dating profile that you're a midget."
So what is he, 4'11" or something like that?
uh,
Good Lord.
yeah, I didn't meet anybody worth
Okay.
hanging out with. So
Well, I did meet someone worth hanging out with, and I could have landed the deal, but I didn't want to get married. So I'm sorry to hear that, Patricia. Right? But
yeah,
that's about right with women and men in dating, online dating. Men generally hit a few home runs, and women get a lot of duds. That's generally the trend.
but the number one
So
things that they
okay,
lie about. What do they lie about?
number one thing they lie about. Okay, they say 1 out of 5 lie. Adults lie. Polled 1 out of 5 adults lied. I think it's higher than that. I think it would be like 3 out of 5, but I'm not gonna debate it. So 23% lie about their age,
Mm-hmm.
and men do that more than anything. Yeah, I'm surprising why a man would lie about his age. I'm not sure.
Because they want the younger
But
women.
others. So what do you can't pull that off that much. I mean, people know how old you are. I mean, what are you 50 lying about 40? I mean,
Maybe.
I don't get that. But other reports, other fibs involve income, 14%. I think that's way higher. Everybody lies about their income.
Absolutely.
Hobbies and interests is 14%. And these are people who probably say, "Oh, I like to travel," and they just watch the Travel Channel all day and they don't do it. So these are things they probably want to do, but don't do.
Or
Okay,
to
now if
make
they
them
say they like to
seem
go to the
more,
gym and work out,
yeah, and it makes them seem more well-rounded, because it does have a spot for hobbies. And what are you going to do? You're going to leave it blank?
yeah, I have no hobbies.
Exactly. I
Even
have
if it's
no
eating,
hobbies except
I
for
like to
dating
eat.
women online. I did find it very interesting, the difference between the different dating apps. So Tinder is a high volume, fast paced swiping app, generally used
Mhm.
for hookups, right? And
Yes.
casual dating. Hinge is marketed as the designed to be deleted. It uses detailed profiles, voice prompts, and curated matches to foster deeper connections. Bumble requires women
Ooh.
to initiate conversation within 24 hours of a match, promoting, in theory, more
Women have control.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Promoting intentional dating, right? OK Cupid
Mhm.
uses extensive in-depth questionnaires to determine percentage matches. And then there's a Grinder, which was just for hookups. Remember that? And it's mostly for the gay
That's
community
for the
or
guys, right?
bi, queer,
And her
lesbians.
her is the lesbian, right?
Uh, is there a hers? I don't know.
I got hers with 10% of people going to hers. And the newest one is Coffee Meets Bagel.
Oh yes, Coffee Meets Bagel, which is a niche kind of,
Yeah. I think
uh,
you have to refer somebody. And then, of course, there's a list of the executive ones that we don't have. The ones where you pay like $1 million and they hook you
oh
up with
gosh.
people
Well,
of
yeah,
that.
those are like
Yeah.
private clubs almost, exclusive
Yeah.
dating apps where you
If you
have to.
need like $1 million in a dating app, yeah, you're not, something's wrong. You're not scoring. So yeah,
Mm.
there's now Bumble. I think Bumble is fine. I think we should put men. I think today you should put the power with the woman. If a woman reaches out to you and wants to get to know you, I think that's a good thing. She shows high interest in you, and that's where we are in society. So if I was single, I probably would go on Bumble just to let the woman make the first. It takes all the pressure off of me. Now, if no one hooks up, no one hooks up with me. But if the woman is actually wants to hook up with me, that's a good thing, guys. So I think you should go to Bumble, in my opinion,
And they were
because you have
saying,
control. Now,
yeah, continue.
I was going to say that 13% a lie about their employment, dating history, and current relationship status.
Mm. The
So you could be
article
married.
also said that Oh shoot, where was I going? I had a senior
Ooh,
moment. I'm having a senior moment.
$5,000 in the swear jar there. And then Patricia Ray, what was the other one? They did a documentary on Netflix. The one where you are with somebody and you hooking up with other people. What was that one called?
Oh, I don't remember.
You could be married and you could go on there and it was fine. It was literally a cheating
Like a
dating app.
swinging app?
No, just cheating. If you were
Oh,
married,
just
you can go
it's a
on there and have
cheating
an
app.
affair. It was called their tagline was "Life is short, have an affair." What was that called?
What? Let's look
They
it
did a
up.
documentary on Netflix. I have to look that up. But that's was the whole thing. It was for married people or people in relationships who wanted just to hook up. They didn't want to get married. They were already married and they wanted to hook up with people. And their tagline was
Ashley
"Life is short,
Madison.
have an affair."
Ashley Madison.
Ashley Madison. That's it. That's it. That was
That's the
that was a
one.
major dating app, and then they had a bunch of conspiracies. A guy got busted. It's a documentary on Netflix. Look it up about Ashley
Yeah, all the
Madison.
rich
So
people that were dating all these they were having affairs. then
having
their
affairs.
the owner got indicted for I think tax evasion or something, or for running
Yeah,
a brothel, and then
the
she
one.
went, and then
Yeah,
her whole client list was exposed, and all these famous people were on it.
and they found out since most guys were going on this app because most guys go on cheating apps, right? And the women profiles were fake. That's what they were finding out about Ashley Madison. So the bottom line is, one psychiatrist says people who lie about on dating apps are just insecure, blah, blah, blah. I think you should lie a little bit because you don't know the person you're talking to. You just met this person. I mean, you don't have to tell them your life story. You should, I mean, unless you're really serious about them, I don't know if you should tell people how much money you make or your age or your full name or where you live. I don't think
Well,
we
is
live in a
that
time like that we
lying,
should let
or is
so much
that
information
just
come out.
omitting facts? You know.
Well, what do you say, Patricia Ray, when you're having coffee with somebody, you're single for the first time, and they say, "So, where you from?" Well, I can't share that information right now. I don't know you
Oh,
too
you
well.
could
I mean,
say
that's
where
a
you're
turn
from,
off.
but you don't have to say where you live. What's your address? Stuff like that.
What's your mother's maiden name? Hey,
What's
ask
your
you too many
social
questions.
security number and your date of birth?
What's the last 4 digits? You know, are you married? Don't ask questions like that. That's not important. Back in Compton, we used to have the brothers used to have a saying, "Ask no questions, I'll tell you no lies."
So the article did talk about burnout, that people were kind of burning out because they were spending over 45 minutes to an hour on the app, and I found my train of thought. And for the women especially, it kind of creates a sense of competition, because sometimes guys are dating more than one woman, and then you're like, well, why did she like her more? Why is she paying her more attention? So that can create insecurities and create faster burnout. So they recommend not to spend more than 30 hours a day, 30 minutes a day on one of these dating apps.
Absolutely. Well, happy Valentine's Day. I hope we got you all excited for it. You got the world famous Dr. J's Pop Culture Show
with me,
with Patricia Ray. On New HD Radio. Did you hear the music that time?
No.
You didn't hear the music?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Scaring me, Patricia Ray. You hear that music?
I hear it now. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So that was a fun segment. We should.
That was super fun.
Yeah. Dating app. You got any more to say about that, or you're
No.
keep going on? Okay. Let's go to Timothy
Bernalillo.
Busfield. Oh my goodness, this guy. I hope none of this is true. I hope these kids are liars, because and if I just hope this isn't true. I just don't want this to be true. But if it's true, hang him up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask you that though. Is it okay not to this to be true? All right. On cue. Got 20 people. No, I'm kidding.
He's the amazing Dr. Gray. He's Mr. Organized. He can organize your life too. And if rash develops, discontinue use.
This is the world famous Dr. J's Pop Culture Show
With me, Patricia Ray.
on New HD Radio. Email address strictly Dr. J, strictly DOCTRJ at gmail.com. And you can go to strictlydrj.com to see all the videos and see Patricia Ray's beautiful face
My beautiful.
every week.
Every
I mean, happy Valentine's Day weekend. Patricia Ray, let me ask you this, and I have a question, and don't think I'm weird with this.
Sure.
Okay, you're an actress.
Yes.
You're a beautiful woman. Okay.
Thank you.
And I always want to ask a woman this.
Mm-hmm.
Are you, and you're on the internet,
Mm-hmm.
you got your cute pictures, your wonderful headshots. Does it make you uncomfortable that there could be like hundreds of men fantasizing about you?
No.
It doesn't.
No,
okay with
because
that?
when I grew up in the time of Playboy. My father worked at the Playboy Club.
Oh,
And
really?
I don't feel like men looking at women and saying they're sexy and beautiful, and I don't feel like and I grew up in a time when that didn't really wasn't like objectifying a woman. I think nowadays, because of the whole Me Too and everything, that I mean, catcalling. I grew up in New York, where if you walk down the street, the construction guys or the guys would whistle at you and be like, "Hey, sexy, how you doing?" And I always smiled back and waved to people. Um, and I
Good for you.
I appreciate a woman who uses her sexuality. I grew up in a time where women were sexy and they were sex symbols. We don't have sex
Yes.
symbols anymore.
We can't even
So
say it.
no, because you can't use your sexuality. It's considered faux pas now. But when I grew up, I used my sexuality. I was a very sexy person. I embraced my sexuality. And when someone complimented me, I said, "Thank you. I appreciate it. I like to be appreciated." Now, there's people that did cross the line. And when people, like, I was at a bar one night and this guy literally was looking down my chest, like down my shirt. And he
Wow.
said, he said to me, "Great tits." Just like that. And I turned around and I smacked him in the face.
That's strange. You don't typically see that type of behavior in a bar.
Yeah. So that crosses the line. There's a difference between
Well,
saying, "Wow, baby," even if he would have said, "You got a nice rack," I would have made a joke about it. I'd have been like, "Thank you. I pay, I appreciate it," or whatever. But he was
yeah.
vulgar about it. There's a difference between being appreciating a woman and appreciating her curves and her sensuality, and then just being a dog.
I would love it if a woman came up to me one day and said, "Dr. J, I listen to your show all the time. And sometimes when I'm alone, I just pour myself a glass of wine,
And think of
put
you.
your show on, listen to your voice, and just think about you all over me, Dr. J." I would love that. Really?
You'd
Really?
be like, "Yeah, yeah."
Oh, I'd be so flattered. Like, really? I'd be like blown away. Like, wow, thank you. Man, I'm finally doing some good in the world.
Mhm.
But I always wanted to ask a woman that. Okay, so you have no problem with it, and I don't think any woman
No,
should.
I
mean, you're beautiful
one of my
creatures.
favorite actresses was Marilyn Monroe, and
Mhm.
she was a pinup girl. They used to have calendars of women in bathing suits and bikinis, and like I said, Playboy and Penthouse. It was normal to for women to be sexy, and now it's just a different time. I think
I was,
also because I've never posed nude and I've never done a nude scene. I've never there's no naked photos of me on the internet. So the internet changed everything. The internet changed
Yeah.
the way that people can interact with actors and models and influencers. It made that they can reach us at all times on our phone, on our laptops, and that erased the line, the boundaries, so it's very hard to set boundaries now. A man can download a naked photo of you and repost it or have it in
For
his
free.
house, you know what I mean? Before you had to buy a
Yeah.
magazine, now they don't even have to
Yeah.
pay for it. And you
I had
got
Farrah
paid to
Fawcett on
do
my
it.
wall.
You got paid to pose in Playboy, a lot of money, like a Farrah Fawcett, or you
Oh yeah.
know but so
Well, listen, before we totally close the door on the dating thing, I will say this. I think people with dating apps are getting burnt out. I think you're missing out on a lot. And I'll speak to the guys here right quick, just quickly. I mean, listen, a photo of a woman in a profile can't tell you her sexuality. I mean, not sexuality, her sexiness. Okay.
mm,
You're really missing out if you don't go up to a woman and meet her for the first time, smell her perfume, you got women who may not look typically sexy, but they have throaty voices, or they have a
mhm.
certain
They have
smile, or
sexy
they'll rub you on the shoulder a
personalities.
certain way. They have a
Yeah.
sexy personality. They don't have to be 110 pounds and the perfect, six-pack abs. She can be 140, 150 pounds and just have a way about herself and a smell and an energy about herself. So I think that's what guys are missing. So if you're a young guy out there, forget about that. Go see the energy of a woman. You're missing out because that energy won't come across on the screen. So
I
get back out there
agree.
and get in people's faces because you're missing on a lot. You can see a girl you wouldn't think is sexy on an app and you pass her over. But if you ever got a chance to meet her and talk to her and feel her energy and her smell, you missed out. And that's
You
what the internet
did.
can't do for
I
you.
I
So yeah,
agree with you
get out there.
100%. Sometimes you have to take a chance and make the connection. There's things about a person that can turn you on besides their looks.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But there's wrong places to be going for it and touching people though, right? A
Yeah.
certain
Don't
energy
be
you shouldn't have.
don't be touching people in their private parts unless they ask you to do that and welcome that. Like our poor friend
And of legal
Timothy
age.
Busfield. Timothy Busfield, who has been indicted on 4 counts of criminal sexual contact with a child under the age of 13 in New Mexico, prosecutors announced on Friday. Of course, Busfield has denied all allegations initially filed in court by police and a defense attorney. And he said he would fight these charges. The Bernalillo County District Attorney Sam Bergman announced the indictment on social media, but Busfield had turned himself into the authorities in January on related charges by police and was released from jail because a judge found no pattern of criminal contact or similar allegations involving children in Busfield's past, which to me is unbelievable because he had a cash settlement back in the early 2000s with another child who accused him of sexual molestation. So how
Yeah.
could this judge rule that Busfield had no sexual criminal past because he wasn't indicted for it? But that's shows a criminal pattern, a pattern of sexual misconduct behavior. So the grand jury indicted. The indictment allows the case against Busfield to proceed towards possible trial without a preliminary court hearing or evidence. So we're going to have to see how this turns out. Um, of course, his attorney did not want to comment directly on the sexual contact charge, but the grand jury declined to endorse grooming charges sought by the prosecutor. So they're saying that he not only sexually assaulted these 2 kids that were twins from a TV show that he worked on in the early
House
actually in
house
2022, from 2022 to 2024, called The Cleaning Lady.
cleaning lady. Yeah.
Timothy directed several episodes over the course of the seasons, and these twins were on the show. And so initially they didn't come forward because they said they were worried that they were going to get fired from the job. But then when the I guess they finally voiced their frustration and their fears to the parent, to the mother, and she took them for not only counseling but also to the doctor to get a checkup. And there is evidence there. So we don't know what the evidence is, but he was released, I guess, on his own recognizance until the trial. But I think that the judge made an error in judgment.
Well, you can not endorse, you can indict a ham sandwich, as they say, meaning that basically it's just a hearing to see if there's some smoke, and then we'll proceed to see if there's fire. So
There's
it's not
definitely
hard to,
smoke there.
it's definitely some smoke, the fact that these two kids made it. And even if you want to say, why would these two kids lie about this? That's
Yeah,
fair.
exactly.
That's fair game. You know what I'm saying? So, I was questioning how OJ Simpson, of course, was OJ Simpson allegedly murdered his ex-wife, and then
hmm
he left. And I was like, the fact that he would kill his ex-wife and leave the scene knowing his two young kids were upstairs asleep, and they may wake up and walk down and see mommy like this. I
Like,
thought that was enough for reasonable doubt. Say no man would do that. You at least move the body or something like that, or call the police. Or just say, I just happened to come over. You wouldn't just leave the house, because that's child endangerment. His kids were very young at that time. So would you just kill the wife and leave? But if you
mm,
kill your wife like you did, you're probably capable of anything. So leaving the kids there is not a stretch. So there is some smoke there. I hope it's not true, because I hate to think that he took advantage. I'm not a personal friend of him or not, but I hate the fact that this could have happened.
mm.
I didn't like that some people said they may have witnessed it, but they were afraid of blowback. There's no blowback to busting out a pedophile. What
That's the other
blowback?
thing. There, people said they saw him grooming these kids. There's witnesses, but they never came forward.
Well, grooming's a strong, I don't know what that exactly means. I don't know how they interpret that, but if there's some suspicion and it's like about losing your job, and you could be wrong, but there's enough for me. I've always said no one's going to molest or abuse a kid on my watch. And if there was some serious questions about it, I'd be like, hey, what's going on with that, man? You know what I'm saying? If you fired me. Why did he fire you? You fired me because I saw him with these kids and I had some questionable options. So, that's no reason not to say anything, even if you're totally wrong. Hey, I'm just checking. It looks suspicious to me. That looks a little, it's making me uncomfortable to
Yes,
see
absolutely.
this.
It's, there's a difference, and you can tell. You get like the sensation in the pit of your stomach when you feel like something is inappropriate. The way,
Absolutely.
the way an adult is talking to a child, or constantly like uh, creating situations where they're alone with a child without the parent, and sitting
Yeah.
too close, or constantly touching. That's, to me, already grooming, inappropriate behavior, making the child feel like that this is all part of he's special, this
Yeah.
special attention. That's grooming.
It's not like a situation where he was hitting on the leading lady of the show and he was kind of like feeling her a certain way. They're just two consenting adults. These are kids. It's not
Mm.
like you just hit on the makeup
seven
lady in the
7 years
room.
old
Yeah.
it started at, so
Well, we'll continue to update on this. Listen, I'm not saying we can't say, oh, he's married to a beautiful actress and he's got kids. He wouldn't do this. Happens all the time.
not only married to a beautiful woman, Melissa Gilbert, a very
Yes.
famous beautiful woman.
Yes. So, but if he didn't do any of this, if he doesn't settle for a financial, there's no time to settle, because if you settle again, we're going to just say, hey, you must be guilty if you're going to settle again. If it's not right, if it's not true, it didn't happen, if the kids are making it up, I hope whatever the truth is, I just want it to come to light.
That is
Whatever
true.
it is.
Yes.
If the kids
Let
are
the
lying,
truth come to
find
light.
it out. If he did it, let's find out. But I don't want any more of this settling out of court and the charges go away. And the DA has discretion with that. They can say these charges ain't going nowhere. I don't care how much money you pay them. This is not a state matter. This is not a civil matter. This is a criminal matter. Now, the
Mm-hmm.
victims can refuse, but I think in this situation, once it goes to grand jury, and I'm not an attorney, that it's kind of hard to pump the brakes now. So we'll see where this goes.
And he does have a pattern.
He
He
has a pattern. There was some smoke and some fire before. You would
so
expect this behavior from Poindexter, the character he played on Revenge of the Nerds, but him, I see Poindexter doing something like this, but not. But
well,
him, no, I didn't see it coming. I didn't see this coming. Just like Scott Bell being a Republican, I didn't see it coming. Oh, Chachi from Happy Days, really? Come on. You've got the world famous Dr. J's Pop Culture Show
with Patricia Ray.
all day on New HD Radio. No, not all day, but you know. Oh, gosh. Oh, Chachi.
Oh, Joni loves Chachi. What are we
Have you
talking
ever-
about next?
Did you ever meet James Vanderbilt?
Oh, that's right, James Vanderbeek.
Did you ever meet Scott Bell?
I did not. I've not
Goodness,
met
Patricia.
Scott
You get
Bell.
out there and meet these people so we can have some stories. Just make up some stuff. Say, yeah, I met it. Okay. We're going to go to James, give our due to James Vanderbilt and talk about colon cancer a little bit because it's time for my screening. I've never had a screening myself. And
Oh
it's
my
it's that
goodness! You
time.
need to go get screened.
I got the referral letter right on my desk. I'm ready to go. I need to handle that.
Handle it.
They'll chase me with a cord.
Well, I just came short of organizing every hair on my head. He's the amazing Dr. Gray. J. Lamar Gray is number one. This is Rick Dees, member FDIC.
This is the world famous Dr. J's Pop Culture Show.
With me, Patricia Ray.
She scared me there. On New HD Radio, strictlydrj.com. Go on the website, strictlydoctorj.com. You can email me, strictlydrj@gmail.com. Strictly DOCTORJ. And it's Valentine's Day weekend, that time of the year. Every guy I talk to, you know what, ladies, I'm sorry to tell you this, but every guy is like, I hate when Valentine's Day falls on the weekend. Because you got to do something. It's Saturday night for crying out loud.
That's
Well, you're not
right.
going to do anything?
Gotta do
Jeez.
something.
Thank God this only happens like once every 2 years or something like that. So
It's
happy
every year,
Valentine's
Dr.
Day.
J. Every.
Oh,
Oh, it falls on a weekend.
25-cent market. Yeah, only on the, yeah. It doesn't fall on the weekend every year, but it's
No,
like,
it
oh,
doesn't.
Saturday night. Oh, no, there goes my Saturday night.
It's so selfish.
25% markup. Okay. Quickly before I just want to mention that if you brought a fire detector at Costco,
Mm.
I'm sorry, on Amazon, there's been a recall. This is the worst thing to have a recall, dysfunction in your house. The smoke
How
detector.
do you know it's not working? Well, my house burned down.
Yeah. House ain't here no more. The recall includes 11,000 smoke detectors, fire alarms sold on
11,000?
Amazon. Oh, that's a lot of houses.
Jesus.
That's a lot of houses. From February 2024 through December 2025 for about $30. I just put a bunch of new ones in my house.
Make sure they
If the
work.
I made sure they work. Yeah, it's a lot of cigar and blow it there. If the detector threshold for the security warnings is set too high, the recall notice states that the alarm may fail to activate properly. I brought a charger from my laptop on Amazon, looked it up, thought I was doing the right thing. Come to find out that it almost burned my computer up because
Oh,
it just wasn't the
Jesus.
exact right one. I had to take it. Cost me $100 to take it to a mom and pop retailer, and they said that's not the actual charger you're supposed to be using for your Apple computer.
Well,
And
what
so don't do
happens?
that.
What happens is that I don't know if you've ever noticed when you go on Amazon and you see the same product over and over listed, but it has different vendors.
Yeah.
You can sell you can buy like a bulk item and sell it through Amazon, like a
Ah.
face cream or a deodorant but sometimes those items are knockoffs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you order it, like say you order a face cream from the legitimate company, Lorac, okay? But there's another vendor that sells Lorac, a knockoff.
Hmm.
When they go to fill your order at the Amazon warehouse, all the products are sitting together, whether it's the knockoff one or the one sold from the original vendor. They grab the closest one to them.
Ah, yes. Because the
So
charger I got on Amazon looked exactly like the Apple charger I had,
that is
and
right.
it wasn't
It
it, and it
wasn't
took
an Apple
6 months.
product. Hmm.
It took 6 months before my computer wouldn't charge anymore, and it started burning the charging unit. And I was like, "What? This isn't good." It was the day before we did our live broadcast at the art
Yes,
house, Patricia Ray. It was
that's
right the
right.
day,
When we
and I
did
was
the
freaking out.
fundraiser, the live, the telethon, the live telethon for the fundraiser for
Yes.
the Frogtown Art Walks. Yeah, so you have to be really careful. There was a whole article, maybe we should talk about it next time, where a lot of people who have been buying supplements on Amazon and they're either getting sick off of them because they're knockoffs, they're not they're legitimate product, or they're just not working. That's because, like I said, when they fill those orders, they just grab whichever jar is closest to them and they don't verify whether this is from a legitimate company or not.
Wow. Thank you, Patricia Ray, because I buy some vitamin products. I buy my magnesium and zinc online.
That happens a lot with the vitamins.
So thank you. Good. Thank you, Patricia Ray. Is that
You're
why I'm
welcome.
feeling the way I feel? Good Lord. Don't buy your vitamins on Amazon. Okay. Because something bad could happen to you. And unfortunately, something bad happened to a member of your community, Patricia Ray, an
That's right.
actor.
We lost a really great person, James Vanderbeek from Dawson's Creek fame. He played
Dawson's
the title
Creek.
character.
Dawson, right? I'm
Yeah, he
assuming that's
played
the character. I
Dawson.
never
Hmm.
watched.
I never
And he was,
watched it
yeah,
either.
40. But you would have took a part on it, I'm sure, right? You
Oh, hell
would
yeah, I would have
audition
worked
for it.
on. They didn't have Latino people on Dawson's Creek, only white.
Yeah. It was a bit
Dawson's
of
Creek was for Caucasians.
that Warner Brothers type of, they had the black programming at the time, then they had the very milk toast programming, the Dawson Creeks and the what's the other one where the father was the priest? I can't remember that. Some other show. Anyway, they had it was very they had diverse programming there, but it was extreme from one extreme to another. So you could watch the Wayans brothers and turn over and then watch Dawson Creek, something crazy like that. He died of prostate cancer, 48 years old. That's the age my dad passed away
Mm.
when 48 years old of liver cancer. So my dad died of. The difference is I was 19 and my two older sisters are both 4 and 6 years older than me, but he had a whole mess of kids. The Brady Bunch there, 6 kids
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
married.
This was his second marriage, too. He
Oh, was it?
leaves.
Was all
Yep.
the kids with the one wife or separate?
No,
Were
it
they
was his second. Yeah, I think with the second wife, I believe so.
Oh,
Um,
terrible. And apparently I just found, did you know about this? He had some financial problems because obviously he hadn't worked in a while.
yeah, he'd been
And
sick for a
they
while.
did a GoFundMe.
Mm.
They did a
And they
GoFundMe,
raised over
and
$1
I'm
million
looking for it.
already for the family.
And I think that's fine. We did a story about Mickey Rourke not paying his rent and didn't want to take the GoFundMe. So he'd rather not pay his rent and stay and be a pain in the ass than take free money.
Yes.
I think this is okay. I'm not going to sit there and judge the man. What? You made all that money? Because I worked in the industry. I know how it is. You could have your 5-7 year show, and then next thing you know, you don't work for the next 7 years.
Or
So
10.
I'm
Or
not going to say
15.
was or 10 or ever again.
Yeah,
Right?
it happens.
So don't look at the guy and say, "Oh, you didn't save any money." We don't know what went wrong, medical bills, but this
Mhm.
is a nice gesture. And I hope his wife's going to take the money. He got 6 kids. I mean, I feel so bad about this because Chadwick Boseman,
Boseman.
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 He died
Mhm.
of colon cancer as well. So, and these guys look pretty healthy. These aren't like guys who look like they don't take care of themselves. But you got to get the check. And I mentioned to you during the break, Patricia Ray, that I'm of that age and I have the paperwork on my desk in my office for the referral to have the hose, some doctor to, chase me with a hose and do the checkup for the colon. And I've been stalling it for 2 years. My other doctor said, you got to get this done. It's that time. And I have an uncle who had it done. And apparently there's all this stuff you got to drink for 2 days. And it's a whole
It
process.
it is, but it's worth
So,
it. My father-in-law just had a colon cancer uh, mass removed from his colon, which was detected during a colonoscopy. Had he not done that, that
oh,
cancer might have spread.
Will Smith had one done a couple of years ago, not the baseball player, the actor. And got to distinguish now because he's real. The baseball player is famous now. He's America's catcher, Will Smith of the Dodgers. And he said they did find a glimpse of something that they were able to catch, not full blown, just something. And he's glad he did it. And I've done the little poop test. You poop on the stick, and they say, "Oh, it's clear, no problem, no problem." The blood work getting done.
Hmm.
But these actors like Chadwick Boseman, and James, Patricia Ray, you can speak to this. As an actor, unless you're a one percenter making millions of dollars, the health benefits ain't all that best that these guys can go get checked up on a regular basis, right?
You have to qualify for health benefits. So you have to make a minimum amount of money every year doing jobs as an actor. And if you don't qualify, then you have to go on self pay, and the self pay is very expensive.
Cobra, right? It's like something like 1,000, could be $1,000.
It's it's Blue Cross Blue Shield. That's what the SAG after uses.
Oh, that's I use Blue Shield. But if you don't have the money, you have to get there. And I have a friend, or a guy I worked with in a film named David Arnold, who died a couple years ago from a heart attack.
Mm,
And but once again, if you're not working and you don't get the benefits, that means you don't go to the doctor and you don't get checked out.
yeah,
And that's a
exactly.
problem if
And
you don't
he
go to the
was
doctor
young
twice a
to
year.
have colon cancer. I mean, he could have probably had that. He had past stage 3. He could have, if he had done early testing, that might have been prevented. I mean, I really haven't dug deep into the story, but
Well, what does that cost though? I mean, if you don't have benefits and he hasn't worked in a while, you say it, I
a
can't say it.
colonoscopy.
Colonoscopy, it that could
Oh,
cost.
they
I think
can
it's like,
cost a couple $1,000s.
yeah, and you
Because
got
you have
six
to go under
kids,
anesthesia, so you have to pay for the anesthesia, you have to pay, it can get very costly if it's out of pocket.
so that sucks. That sucks if you can't go get checked up. I go once a year. I see my doctor twice a year. He said, you don't. I had a doctor tell me once, you don't have to come every 6 months. I'm like, my
But I
copay is
like it.
$10, buddy. I'm gonna come every 6 months and do blood work. It's my blood. What's the problem? It's my $10. What's the problem?
Oh, Lord.
You want me to come once a year and then you tell me I got something that I could have detected 6 months ago? So
I
I make it
know.
a point to go
Yeah,
see the
like I
doctor
said,
twice a
early
year.
detection can save your life. I mean, um, James did go on social media to talk about how he had come to terms with his life, and that um, at first he had only defined himself as an actor, and then when he got married, he was a husband, and then he became a father. But then when he got cancer and he couldn't provide for his family, he couldn't be there for his wife, he couldn't be there for his um, children, that
Yeah.
it was God, him turning to God and remembering to love himself, that God loves all children. Uh, that was what kept him going, that kept his spirit um, alive. And he said to remind his fans and his audience that you are worthy of love. And if you don't believe in God, that to just take the God out and remind yourself that you're worthy of love. You don't have to be worthy of God's love.
And you know what? I don't think it's too late to ever do that. I'm a praying man, Christian man myself, and I don't think, well, you got to walk every day just in case this happens. No, there's always time to. I mean, it's people get mad when they say, "Oh, no, sure, you're dying now, so of course you find God now." Nah, that's the wrong attitude. Okay, you can find God whenever, even on your deathbed. I mean, that's even better in a sense because you're not fooling yourself and you don't got to do it for anybody else. You're doing it for yourself. So God bless him. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't
Sending
say this
his
lightly. His kids, I know what this kid's gonna go through. I know what like I said, I lost my dad at 19, and it was a huge loss, even at 19. I
mm.
mean, I was lost. I was lost. I had a
And you were
professor.
when you were 19, yeah. Yeah.
I was in
He's
college, and a professor named Dr. Michael James Yarbrough stepped up and said, "I'm gonna adopt you." And a black man was one of my
mm,
professors, and he became my mentor, and was there for me and made me feel better about stuff and told me that I can do stuff and believe in myself. He told me I was going to get a master's degree before I was even thinking about getting a master's degree, and he
like-
passed away 10 years later. Then I had another professor at Laverne named Dr. Robert Lewis, who's still with us, motivated me to go get my doctorate degree. So, black man again, so, it's nice to, hopefully these kids have somebody that steps up in their lives as father figures, an uncle, or just some man in college that just steps up and says, "Hey, I'll be there for you." You know what I'm saying? So I'm
absolutely.
getting emotional thinking about this. Patricia Ray, you always do this to me, Patricia Ray. You
I
always bring
don't
this
know
side out of
how.
me.
You're the one that Well, James is survived by his wife Kimberly and, like we said, 6 children: Olivia, Joshua, Annabelle, Amelia, Gwendolyn, and Jeremiah. And if you are interested in donating, it's a Vanderbeek GoFundMe account. So
Jeremiah, that's one of my son's name, and my oldest son's name's Jeremiah. And I don't do this a lot. I generally don't, but I will take a personal prayer time for these kids because, man, they're gonna need it, man, without their father, and he'll always be there, and you'll have the dreams about him and everything. So God bless these kids, man, that they get everything
sending
they
them
need.
much love and prayers.
Patricia, you bring the anger out of me or the emotion out of me. Boy, you have that effect on me.
That's
Crying out
horrible.
loud. That's why I love you. All right. Our time is up. You've got the world famous Dr. J's Pop Culture Show.
With me, Patricia Ray.
Who scared me there? On New HD Radio.
Have a great weekend. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, man. God, almost got misty on that.
Matt wants to do a show. He says he has space